Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I have a little confession to make. Today's episode that I'm hopefully going to be uploading today is not the first recording I've done all day. I just got done, literally just moments ago. Decided to end a recording I was doing for this episode because, well, allow me to explain. As you might recall from last time, we pressed through this testimony, got some new information, and I was prepared with this episode to present what seemed like the obvious, contradiction to me, because we got a new statement from GAAC saying there was a green balloon, right? And what do you know? We have a green cloth. Needless to say, that didn't work. And I was completely flummoxed. And I stayed flummoxed. Like, I was recording for about, good 30 minutes. Basically what I've been doing for, average episode length now. Just throwing every piece of evidence at the wall, reloading and save scumming like an asshole, trying to figure out what the fuck it could be, if not the green balloon for the green cloth. But turns out it was this. I go back. It was this first statement that I was supposed to present it on, which I didn't figure out, which I didn't discover until it just clicked for me, right? Because this whole time I mostly read it as basically like a filler statement, because it didn't really say anything of that much of substance. He's just saying he's grateful his balloons were not damaged. Like, I didn't think the balloon was like the pertinent thing here, you know? Or his balloons in general. Like, I thought the fact that GAAC had mentioned a green balloon specifically meant the green cloth was related. But no, you're supposed to present the green cloth here, and that will get you where you need. That's the right answer. On one hand, I feel really dumb for not just noticing that before, because it's kind of obvious in a certain way. But at the same time, this statement about the green balloon just seems so much more obvious, doesn't it? Like, I think the average person would go for the green cloth. At least again, that's what I did. So maybe it's my fault for extrapolating. But either way, I decided to start over basically because again, that 30 minutes of me throwing everything I have at the wall and increasing annoyance and frustration, I didn't feel like it was going to make for a super compelling gameplay, even though I doubt you don't really come to a series like this for super compelling gameplay, but you know what I mean. But, and I also did this last time in the last episode, or today's episode that I was recording before, there was something I had found that I wanted to share. In one of the pursue dialogues, when you press someone else on a statement that someone else said, or that a given witness said. Normally, you only do that when they make it a very obvious cue, but you can still do it when there's no cue, and you do get unique dialogue for each character, as far as I know. I haven't been showing it off normally because, I don't know, I like to be thorough, but I know to a degree it might be seen as kind of unnecessary and redundant, since it doesn't lead anywhere. But this exchange in particular I thought was amusing, so I thought I would share it. And excuse me! I guess I'll share it again, considering I had to start over from scratch now, because I was a big dum-dum. Or the game was a big dum-dum. I can't decide. Who among us was the fucking dum-dum? But anyway, it's a relatively small matter at the end of the day, but I just feel silly that I spent so much time trying to fucking parse out the contradiction when it was staring me right in the face, apparently. But anyway. If I may, Mr. Lune. Ah, you would like one of the balloons, eh? Prego. 10 shillings for one. Oh, no. I was going to ask you if that last statement bothered you for some reason. People say things to me all the time. Sorry. They say avaricious. They say money-grabbing. They say cheap, full of hot air, stripy swindler. Well, I mean, I hope your balloons are full of hot air. Otherwise, I don't think they're going to be working very good. If I let what the people say bother me, how can I fly my balloons? Well, I think you just need to fill them up, and the gas does most of the work, really. Allora, that is why I refuse to listen to what the people say. Why should I? It is nothing good. Well, if he doesn't listen, that explains a lot. A balloon with arms and legs, but no faculties with which to hear. There's no need to get carried away. Okay, so that's out of the way, and now I can move on with my life and present the fucking green cloth. That was apparently the... So I wasn't... Well, I guess I was right in one sense. I knew the green cloth was related somehow, but the third statement just seems so much more obvious, doesn't it? Objection! But, oh well. Mr. Lune, in your testimony, you said that all three of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. See, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosiones, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is. You better, considering how much I was shoving it in everyone's faces earlier. Ah, I think it may be... See, a part of a balloon. A hard piece of the fabric of the envelope. Envelope? Yeah, sorry, the envelope. Pardon! That is a large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. Oh, I didn't know that was called an envelope. It is made from a very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky. Yeah, I feel like that would mess with your altitude. Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found in the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master Gotts testified, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. Okay, really? So we are bringing what Gotts said earlier. Okay, now I'm saying I'm officially blaming the game. I think I very easily could have fucking presented the green cloth at his statement, and we could have reached the same conclusion. Don't you? Eh? If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Is it Lune? I've been saying Mr. Lune, but it's probably more like Loon because, you know, balloon. Your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. Maybe he didn't know that it exploded. No! If a balloon exploded that day, why did the man say so? Maybe everyone on board was killed. Oh no, having just been 2.5 pounds for the experience. How awful. Seems to me like those things crash 50% of the time anyway. Yeah, fucking shut the rabble up. The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but as of the explosion on the stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon, causing the balloon to explode. Yes, eminently plausible. Yeah, eminently plausible when we're talking about fucking kinesis. An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. Oh, sorry. Hold it. This I cannot accept. Why not, Mr. Loon? You are suggesting that I am a liar. That person's died in a balloon incidente. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Lune. You see, because hot air balloons involve hydrogen or helium or some kind of gas. That's flammable, you see. The victim was a sole fatality that day. That's right, and I approve it. Balthazar Lune is not a liar. There was no such balloon in the sky. It is non possible. You're saying it's impossible? Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day. Aye! Objection! I don't know, let's hear the balloon man out. Like, Gina apparently didn't even know there was another balloon, or noticed that it exploded, so, and she was there in another balloon, so, I don't know, let's hear him out. My lord, The defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Lune. I concur. There's clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It's imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you gave supplementary testimony about the balloons that you were operating at the exhibition. Grazie, my lord. Grazie. Am I going to hear from you as well? Jeez. As if my day wasn't going bad enough. As I said, about the Balthazar Lune is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All 3 of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe! But you can't get from the fact that it would up. Okay, I need to find my Gina voice. I haven't talked as her all day. But you can't get away from the fact that a burnt out bit of cloth was found at the scene, can ya? The cloth was at the yard, reckoned it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion on the stage. That's not quite right, now is it? This stupido Recalso is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. Yeah, I'm getting too caught up in the Italian accent and it's kind of messing with my Gina voice. So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not one belonged to you? Si, exactamente. If I even saw a balloon in the first place, I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia. Okay, I mean, we don't need to be getting it. We're already in court. I know that would make sense to want to sue, but also let's focus on one matter at a time, eh? If you attack us, we will fight back. It will be 4, all out 4. Not 4, I hope. Well, at least the spirit of capitalism still runs well. What happened to all-out war? Mr. Lune certainly doesn't appear to be lying, but that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. The defense is unable to find fault with the witnesses' statements. The court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. The situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here. No matter what it takes. Counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses. Bah. You have a big beard. As I said, I'm no liar. The balloon I had in the sky landed safely. Hold it! Okay, let's press a little, see where that gets us. You couldn't have just, forgotten one, maybe? Signore! Or, signor, I might not notice if I was given 100 lentils and one was missing. But, we are talking about 3 enormous balloons! Do you believe I could make a mistake about something so grand and expensive? I took the liberty of having Inspector Gregson check this gentleman's warehouse. I have the report here. It clearly says a total of 3 balloons. It would appear no mistake has been made then. Surely Mr. Lestrade could have been sent for such a menial task. What? What? Me? I'll tell you what I told the boss. East End kids like me can only count up to 2. Okay, I wouldn't say that so confidently, Gina. Jesus. Obviously that ain't true, but the boss bought it and said he'd have to go it himself in that case. Oh, okay, good. You were just lying, so you didn't have to do more work. I can respect that. Let's see. Okay, obviously, I mean, yeah, true enough. If someone, the fact that only the victim died, kind of makes the whole. If he was transported into a balloon and other people were in it, and other people crashed, they would obviously die, and that would be bad. But no one died, so... no one else died besides the victim, so... Curious. It would be quite a catastrophe if they fell to the ground for any reason, I think. On that note, Mr. Loon, tell me, what is it that keeps these balloons in the sky? Are you an idiota? Sorry. That is like asking, why does a candle burn bright? It burns bright because it burns bright. And a balloon flies because it flies. What else? That must be for Italian for, I don't know. There are two types of flying balloons. Hot air balloons and gas balloons. Hot air balloons work on the principle of hot air being less dense than cold air. Whereas gas balloons derive their lift by using a gas that is lighter than air. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's true. So maybe helium wasn't directly involved. Oh wait. Let's see, and my balloons are filled with the magic gas, I believe. Hydrogen. Lighter than air, but highly explosive. Okay, yeah, hydrogen. There you go. Thanks for the fucking science lesson, Ben Zeeks. Good lord! I do not permit the smoking of the cigarettes in any of my balloons. The magic gas does not like a fire. Even a small spark of static electricity could cause the entire balloon to explode. What does it matter with you, signor? All that comes out of your mouth is explosion, explosion. I tell you, my balloons are perfectly safe. They have to be, or I cannot eat. None of my balloons exploded that day. I am completely sure. But if you still say that is what happened, you must show me the proof. Alright, so Mr. Loon had 3 balloons in the air that day. If none of them were damaged, then what was the one that exploded? Maybe that was someone else's balloon, you know? They were just flying, you know, recreationally. That didn't belong to Lune, I mean. But you can't get away from the fact that a burned bit of cloth was found at the scene. Hold it! Can ya? Can ya? Can ya? I was surprised to find the piece of fabric still at the scene, actually. Didn't you search the area surrounding the stage for clues? Nah, I'm not into picking up stuff on the ground, mate. Always works out way better diving into people's pockets instead. So much for the new career path. Mind ya, the boss was on his hands and knees, picking up all kinds of rubbish from the floor. Thing is though, the cage went crashing into his crystal tower, didn't it? So that's where most of the investigation was going on. Even so, I would have thought someone from Scotland Yard would have gathered it up as evidence. Core, listen to ya. You stumbled across a bit of balloon and suddenly you're the best investigator in the world. Pardon? Well, you ain't got a badge, have ya? Like this one. I could arrest you with this if I wanted to. I wouldn't put it past her. Come to think of it, there was some talk of some scorching on the ground at a meeting we had about the investigation. The coppers at the yard reckoned it was probably some of the debris thrown from the explosion on stage. Hold it! Maybe, but I don't know. There was considerable damage to the stage and surrounding area, wasn't there? Yeah, some of the cows what were watching the experiment were caught in the blast and injured. Good job the old contraption didn't keel over, eh? I hadn't even considered that. It seems there was great panic after the incident occurred. Nevertheless, the police certainly have missed a torn piece of the envelope from a balloon. Inspector Gregson can expect repercussions. Oh yeah, gotta give him the old gumshoe treatment. Hey, like me swiping all this fish and chips, eh? The man's sole pleasure. And none of this matters. The scrap of balloon envelope means nothing. Niente. Niente. The stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. You mean, the color is wrong? See, signor, I do not have any grained balloons in my warehouse. And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene. and it's unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know how that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say that a green balloon did explode above the stage. You couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question. Well, why not? There have been recreational balloon flights over Hyde Park, operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate. As I'm sure you'd agree. You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition? Si, exactamente. As the signor says, it is not from one of my balloons. Clearly this little Regos... Okay, shut the fuck up, my little boy. Clearly this little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. Well,
Excuse me.
Clearly he does not seem to think he's been lying. Is something wrong, Master? It's Master Wilhelm Gottreich Sigismund Ornstein. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there. I swear it all over Bohemia. You can speak as much bad language as you like, but it changed nothing. Well, you know, at least he still has, at least he can still pay for his little balloons. If you do not have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments. Evidence? What is this evidence? Geez, they're really explaining the concept of evidence to a child? Okay. To give a simple example, young man. A photograph, for instance. Some tangible proof of what you claim. Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here. Oh, you do? Well, that's convenient, I guess. Good gracious! Oh, what? I have not been up in a balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs. Of the Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the hot eel cellar, the balloon, and the instantaneous kinesis experiment. Did you take a picture of that? Ja, one picture. Really? You did take one. But all I wanted was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments. I'm gonna need you to fucking show me the picture, though. Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph? Of course, and then you will see. You will see that I am not lying. That I really did see a green balloon. I guess color photography was not something that they had considered. I guess his camera does not print in color, which is, you know, not exactly what we were looking for. But I mean, we do say a balloon, so you know, that's got to count for something, right? Right, fellas? Right? Well, I see you're all too shocked to speak. Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man. Ja, perhaps you cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph, but that is not my fault. That is the fault of the stupid person who made the camera. Where? I like how his crying has a little umlaut over it, because he's Bohemian. That is one very Bohemian-sounding cry. Yeah, apparently, yeah, clearly. Apparently, he pronounced the A. I don't know if it's well, I can't tell from just looking at it if it's a long A or a short A, but I believe if it's a long A, you present the A with the umlaut like as if it's like as an E basically, or like right? So you know, like where, where. Very well, the court will accept this photograph as evidence. Either way, it proves that there was a balloon, if nothing else. It's not my fault. It's the fault of the person who made the camera. Well, never mind. I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph? Well, it was on the day of the big explosion. You don't say. When I pressed the shutter release, there was this very loud bang, and a hot wind rushed over my face. That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give the flying fig. Lovely language you've picked up. As I thought, Miss Looney's testimony just doesn't quite add up. The young Bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon. Miss Looney vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number of that were in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. I mean, clearly there was a balloon. Like, there's no one in it. Let me just take a closer look at it. I mean, yeah, there's a balloon up there, and there's no one inside of it. So what the fuck is this? Did, like, someone shoot it? From, like... Well, I guess you're not that high up in... I mean, the balloon's not that high up in the air, so it's not gonna be a hard shot, but still. It's like... Vroom, you know? Now, hey, look at that. You can see Albert working his machine. How adorable. But anyway, I think I will leave things off for here. We've presented everything. We got your testimony, and we pressed everything, rather. So that's cool. Again, I wish I had not spent 30 minutes of basically wasted time on the last testimony. And hopefully, whatever the contradiction lies, it won't take me that long in the next episode, because, well, it was pretty annoying, let me just say. But regardless, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, or deflate that balloon when we get to it. I don't know, man. Anyway, balloons. A lot of fucking balloon talk still. But anyway, until then though, I'll see you around.